It's been almost 2 years since COVID struck the world. COVID-19 virus pandemic kicks in the late December of 2019, and we're still in a lukewarm situation. I mean, there's still a lot of variations, mutations, so not at current state. Many of us still haven't got any vaccination. Not to say that scientists haven't achieved great lengths to create the vaccine at an unprecedented rate, but we're still far away from home run. Hi, my name is Kyrie. So today I'm going to talk things that will change forever, or maybe in some aspect after the pandemic is over. And I know this is highly subjective and may change over the course of time, but this is mainly my take on this discussion. And if you have your own personal opinion, feel free to share in the comment section below. But nevertheless, I've come up with 5 points regarding the world after the pandemic has settled down. We all know when the pandemic kicks in, the whole world goes into a full lockdown. Well, not all of them. And one of the few groups who suffered the most happens to be students in schools, in college, universities. They are the ones who happen to be suffering throughout their education life. Well, at least not the first few months of it, because they're having a blast, as if like honeymoon period for the first few pandemic months. But after that, it gets worse, and it pretty much shown how education has suffered and has gone through a haywire, and even the Ministry of Education pretty much in shambles. On the personal side, it's a shame that their school life has been scarred. The point is, when the pandemic is over, those times that were lost during the pandemic period, lockdown period, they can't recover those precious moments. Those are the times that they should be in school, learning in front of the teachers, having discussion with a friend, having a proper interactions to learn something, and it's just been robbed away by the COVID-19 pandemic. To some, this might not seem very important to them, but most of the people would refer this as the wonder years, the golden times. And it's just so sad that their school life has been scarred. And I'm not sure if this will affect them in their adulthood, but they can't run away from the fact that their school life has been scarred. Job opportunity. At first, I wasn't too sure if I want to put this point inside my list for this video, but I have a strong feeling that job hunting will never be the same, and it's just going to be a lot more harder than this. I mean, given that the economy sector is pretty much deep down and gone through bad times, worst times during the pandemic, and a lot of companies has to close down, outsource. Pretty much a lot of people end up jobless. So meaning for new fresh grad students who want to search for a new job hunting, they're going to compete with other people, which is going to make it a lot more difficult to land on a solid job. The way I see it, even after the pandemic is over, it's still going to be difficult. And you would say that, Kyrie, this is just a minor setback, and the most you would probably land a contract job, which is better than nothing. Yes, I agree. And some of you would say that, Kyrie, this is just a temporary minor setback. Give it 5 years and everything will be back to normal. Maybe. Let's just hope it goes that way, because the number of job opportunities doesn't get any bigger. So it's still a hard competition. Work style, or should I say work environment. This is not much of a bad thing. I think this is more on the positive side. And I wouldn't go as far to say that it's negative, but I would say that it's a less favored situation. Because during pandemic, most of us have become too familiar with Google Meet, Zoom, webinar, and so on and so forth. On a positive note, we as a society can learn and communicate at a faster rate. Meetings can conduct in an instance, and decisions can be made within a day. So that's a thumbs up. for everyone. Not to say that before pre-COVID days that people didn't utilize these online meetings, but now it's just been so used to online meetings every day. It's like how the fish are used to be in water, the same way how people are so ubiquitous to being online. The only drawback that I see is some of the top management team will tend to monitor their people a lot more closely, and this will somehow affect the mood of their employees, but that depends on the situation. Food industry. Now this is also a maybe, because even before the pandemic, people are already so used to buy their food online. Food Panda, Grab, you name it. But since pandemic, again, business has been booming for them, given how easy it is for people to buy and have their food delivered on their doorstep. I guess the main thing that people find it appealing because how convenient to have your food served to you at your doorstep. So how this will affect after the pandemic is over, I guess business is going to keep on increasing for these companies. Now travel. Coming to the last point, this happens to be my favorite. Now, you have to face that even after the pandemic is over, even after we reach herd immunity, I don't think traveling would be the same anymore. There are info that says people with 2 doses of vaccination will have a special access, a special treatment. Well, I don't find it a privilege. It's just another annoying step for you. I mean, most likely there's new procedures, new SOPs, new regulations before and after you take off and landing. I hope it just doesn't get too convoluted. Can we also mention that there's a probability that when we travel to another person's country, the locals, how will the locals react to foreigners? Will they become paranoid like how they used to be in the COVID days? It sucks because we want to go there to have fun, to enjoy our holiday, and having these feelings, paranoia, is just going to spoil the mood. I mean, this is just an assumption, of course, but for sure there will be locals that will be paranoid of you. So I guess that's all from me. The pandemic, the COVID-19 really robbed us from the things that we used to have and do on daily basis, and it changes a lot of our routine on a global scale. But I guess this would be a great time to reflect ourselves so we can become a better person. The reason why I'm doing this video, why I'm talking to this camera, because I want to get used to talk in front of the camera, because there are a lot of things that I want to share with the world, to voice out my opinions, my factual opinions. I don't want to rambling, venting out nonsense, useless things that doesn't benefit other people. And along the way, this will improve my soft skills, the way I talk to people, and maybe improve my presentation skills. No, I gotta start somewhere. If you want to be a better person, if you want to be the best of you, you have to start somewhere, right? Like what Johnny Harris said, your dreams have to start from inspiration, even when you think that is rubbish, or when you look back and you feel that is something that you can be ashamed of. But no, every starting point is a stepping stone. Every starting point is a stepping stone for your greater good. Yeah, I guess that's it.